We got something extremely nice and wonderful for you all today. My beautiful cousin, she asked to do, I guess, a trial run, I guess. She wanted to ask a couple of questions in regards to the positivity journey and what's going on now. So, of course, me being me, I thought it was a great idea as well, and wanting to partner up with her. I'm going to definitely let her take it over from here, but in the future, if you all have any additional questions, by all means, send all of those emails over to Facebook or Instagram, or even here on YouTube at Inspired by JimmyL. I cannot wait to hear from you guys. So I'm definitely looking forward to this interview. I'm a little nervous up front because I have not heard any of the questions. So this is going to be completely unscripted. So I'm going to cross my fingers. Without further ado, this is my wonderful cousin, Dabresia.
Hi, everybody. First of all, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for being open to this idea. I noticed that I've been watching his videos. Initially, started off with just yourself, and then you started interviewing others. And I said, you know what? None of his followers really got to do maybe like a Q&A, or they don't know, little tidbits about you. So I said, hey, would you be open to the idea? Like I said, I'm grateful for him being open to the idea. I do have a few questions.
This first off, this looks like more than a few. I just want to put it out. I'm just saying.
I have a list of questions. Okay. But I will say that they go over everything. So it does mention positivity, and then we'll dig a little deeper. So I'll go ahead and start with my first question.
I'm cringing.
Go ahead and start my first question.
Okay.
What inspired the start of your positivity journey?
Okay. Actually, probably my job was getting on my nerves that particular day. And real estate has always been in the back of my mind. So, and I'm going to try to go through this extremely quickly, and then I kind of break it off at the end. But real estate has always been there, so I started listening to a podcast.
Okay.
Who had this wonderful man on. His name was Hal Elrod.
Mm-hmm.
He's the author of The Miracle Morning. And his whole philosophy is that if you start your day off right, get in a good mood in the morning, you can conquer whatever the hell you want to conquer.
Okay.
So I was like, damn, yes, like he got me like pumped up.
Okay.
And it was because of him that I kind of got encouraged enough to start real estate and to purchase my triplex.
Mm-hmm.
And from him, I met this other guy, a friend that was on Facebook, who introduced me to a radical man named Gary Vaynerchuk.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of Gary?
I have. You and I have discussed him maybe once or twice, but he is.
That man is like he will knock you in your face, like directly in your mouth. Like you have no excuses. Quit your complaining.
Yes.
And so I had Gary on one hand. I had Hal in the back. And so I was battling for a little bit. So Hal is like, start your day off right, get your life together. Gary was just like, whatever the fuck you gonna do, you better do it now.
Right.
So I was like, okay. So it initially started out with real estate, and I was like, I'm gonna do a tell-all documentary of my journey on real estate. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. Yeah. Girl.
Okay.
Okay. So I started taping everything, and like nothing was happening. Nothing was happening.
Okay.
Because like I had bought the place, like if you guys go back and listen to my story on the real estate side of it, like you can hear all the drama that happened with it, from somebody stealing the electrical and plumbing and gas pipes missing, and like you can go back and listen to all of that, but that happened over a year.
Okay.
And so there was not a lot to tape. And so I was like, okay, so it would literally be weeks that would go by, and I was like, I didn't even do anything, so I guess I'll just sit here. And I was just like, okay, I'm bored. Like I'm bored. Like I'm naturally bored right now. And I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I had no idea. And so Gary was still saying, hey, you need to document your journey. So no matter what, you need to document your journey. So it started out as, I'm up, I'm pumped, you guys, I'm just getting up this morning, heading to work. Real estate is still in the back of my mind. I'm just going to work today. So it kind of started like that. And then it kind of branched off to, you know what, I'm being a little bit selfish because I wanted people to almost tell me how good I was and what I was doing.
Okay.
So it started out from a selfish place, and the more I did the videos, the more of my personality came out. And a couple of months in, this wonderful lady, her name is Elaine Reynolds, and she's actually in the UK, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
She sent me a message, and she was just like, you know, my dad's father, or my son's father, is not in his life, and the only male role model that he has to look at every morning is you.
Aww.
And so I was like, don't make me cry. Oh my gosh. So I know. And so I was like, his name is James. They still watch me. And but at that point, I was like, oh shit, I can't curse. I was like, oh my gosh. But that was more so the start. This is something real. And this whole notion in your life, thinking that everyone is like you and that everyone has the willpower to get up and start the day off right, is wrong. Everybody isn't like you.
That is true.
You have people that's looking at you right now. So if you're gonna do this, you need to take it seriously. And I'm just like, I'm on this journey, so shit, let's go.
Okay.
And anybody wants to come with me, you know.
Hey.
And it's just kind of.
There's unlimited rides on that train.
It is. It is. Got my positivity going. Like, it's ready.
Okay. A lot of those points I can say I didn't know, so I'm glad I asked that question.
I'm glad you did too.
So, who inspires you? It can be one person. It can be multiple people. Who?
There is not a one single person that inspires me.
Okay.
There's a collaboration of all different types of people. From a beautiful person, her name is Lisa Nichols. She's a transformational coach, to Oprah, to Gary Vaynerchuk and Hal Elrod, and there's countless others, and even my mother. But one thing I have learned along this journey is I'm going to take from you what I need. And so whatever I don't need, I'm just going to disregard it. So even with Gary Vaynerchuk as a prime example, his thing is, this is now. This is your time now. You're not going to be here forever. You're going to eventually die. So if you're going to do something, this is the time to do it. I take that from him. His mission is also work.
It is.
Boo out. The more I work, the harder I work, the more pieces started to fall apart because I was trying to control too much. And so that was just one aspect. And actually, ironically, also I learned from him on the flip side of that, because even though he preaches work, he also is like, stay in your lane. Find out what works for you and stay in your lane. And so I take from him what I need and disregard what I don't. And so there's a collaboration, girl. Like, there's so many folks. Like, I mean, oh my, I almost listed 20 people. Don't make me do that. Don't make me do that.
Okay. What is your go-to outfit? Just
okay.
Wake up in the morning, I need to run a few errands.
You would be surprised. I have this, actually it's my husband's, come to think about it, and he gave it to me. He had this old American Eagle green shirt, so I wear that, and my black North Face jogging pants, and honey, I would put on my legs in a minute.
Really?
And we'll go after. I had them on this morning.
I would have never expected that.
Baby, you have no idea. Because I'm very relaxed. I'm very, like, I may look like I'm just, all tight all the time, but like, that's really not the case. Like, my posture is naturally like this now. The story about that is I used to make fun of people, old people. And so I did.
It's not funny.
It's not funny, girl. Oh, it's not funny. But I did. Like, I used to make fun of old people in their teeth. And so now I have a habit of clenching my teeth. And you can hear them like I don't even know what it's called, but collapsing. And I used to make fun of them having hunchbacks and stuff. So my body, like, naturally now, I'm just like, I don't want that when I'm older. And so if I'm not in the chair, like, you'll see me, but that's my go-to outfit.
Wow. Okay. Who are you? If someone asked you who you are, what would you say?
That is a really tough and loaded question.
I agree.
And I am compelled to say that I'm JimmyL. I was talking to my brother, and he's really like a mentor. His name is Utah, also ironically in the UK. But I was like, I'm a black man. I'm a gay black man, married to a guy. I classify myself as a Republican, you know? And he was just like, all of those are titles. And I was like, you're right. And I was like, and it's what the world classifies me as. But at the end of the day, like, despite all, I'm just Jimmy. I'm Jimmy, like, all day long. I don't know how to define that.
All that comes with it and all that doesn't.
Yeah, hello. That could be a blessing within itself, girl. Yeah.
Woo! Okay. How would you explain your life in 3 words?
Oh, shit. Girl,
That's a word?
hell.
That's 3 right there.
Oh, what? Hold on.
You said, oh, shit.
Oh.
Hell, that's 3 right there. That's 3. That's your 3?
You might. No. In 3 words?
In 3 words.
Like, I know I'm probably supposed to come up with something all clever and grand.
That's up to you.
But probably dramatic.
Okay.
Positivity. That's a new thing because it didn't always there. It wasn't always there and it didn't always exist.
Okay.
And probably love.
Okay.
I feel like I have a lot of love to give.
So I have a follow-up question.
Come on, baby. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cool.
But you said dramatic.
Yes.
So is that by choice or by force?
By choice.
So this is naturally. You're naturally dramatic.
Like it. Yes.
Okay.
And it's only in certain situations, in certain atmospheres that it really comes to life.
Okay.
And it's just, and people are like, he's so damn extra. You know, and I'm just like shit, really? You know, but yeah.
Okay.
And I just classify that as dramatic.
So dramatic, positive, and
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I'll take those.
I'm glad you did. Okay. Whew, I ain't had no more good.
Well, I like the first 3. What is your greatest fear?
Okay. I honestly, this actually. Okay. First off, girl, you must have been in my bathroom that day.
No.
Because you had to have been. Because I had in my mind that one day this positivity thing would take its own toll. And there were a couple of questions that I said were going to eventually come up, and I was just like, Jim, are you going to be prepared to answer them? And that was definitely one of them. So that's really crazy, and I was still struggling with whether or not I was going to answer you while I was talking. But
I can tell.
My greatest fear is honestly so dramatic, but it does. To be either or to die. My greatest fear is to die and no one ever finds my body. I'm sorry.
To die. And no one finds your body.
Yeah, like I've seen a lot of murder mysteries and a lot of SVU stuff. And to die and no one knows it is a major fear of mine. So,
okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like, put my body at rest. You know? So don't, that's my only thing. Like,
okay.
Like, not afraid of dying, because that I'm not afraid of.
Okay.
But dying and no one finding my body.
Okay, follow up. Would you like to be cremated or would you
Oh,
like
yes,
to be
definitely
buried?
cremated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we've already discussed that with my husband. Yeah, we both want to be cremated.
Okay.
Yeah. And spread my ashes over one of the waters. Crystal blue.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Seriously, girl.
What is a weakness of yours?
My emotions.
How so?
Because I don't allow them to guide me, quote unquote. But if I'm passionate about something, I'm going to get extremely excited. I'm going to get extremely loud. I'm going to. You're going to know that I'm passionate.
You're dramatic.
But
I'm sorry.
I know. Right? But on the flip side of that, even if it's something that's not a strong point of mine, and I'm battling with it and I'm trying to figure it all out, you're gonna know that too. Like my emotions take over, and so I'm working now. I'm starting to do my little meditation and my breathing exercises, and so it's getting better. But right now it is definitely still a weakness. Like I will snap the hell out on you in a hot, quick second of a jump. Like I will, and I'm working to reduce that.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay. What are you most proud of?
The ability, and it's so selfish. It is. I know. Well, I have to tell myself that because I want to be realistic with it, and just what it is. But my ability to build just about any relationship with any person, from the lowest of the low to the highest of the high, from the housekeeper to a CEO, I have a personality that people gravitate to, and I have a personality that a lot of people love and a lot of people want to be a part of, and I do my best to not take advantage of that. But I love that part.
Okay.
I love it.
Can I speak?
Huh?
Can I speak on that?
Come on. What kind of question is this? Is damn near this is your interview.
But I want to take it both ways.
Okay.
I want to take it as the piggyback off of what you said in reference to. I agree with you. You do have the ability to kind of befriend anyone.
Right.
But
come on,
to piggyback on it as well. The key thing that you said to me is that people are attracted to you, not in any type of way, but just as a person.
Right.
And it's funny that you say that, because I've had a group of people say this to me the other day, and it threw me completely off guard because my wife tells me that I'm rude. So I'm like, you say I'm rude, right? You say I'm rude, but then I have this group of people who say, oh my gosh, Dabresia, you're so easy to talk to. We just want to be around you. And I'm like, oh.
At home, they don't get it.
I don't get it. Yeah. But I mean, whatever my personality or my aura that can give off, as you say, positivity, though I'm not on that journey yet, I will say, I am very, I'm open to that. Because I think my inside thing is helping. However I can.
You mean like helping other people?
Yes, however I can, or direct that person into, or connect that person with whatever or whomever. I have no issue with that. So I just wanted to say that. I thought that was weird that you said that. And
Winston, I swear to you, Winston, he doesn't, and it's crazy because people find him funny. Find him freakishly hilarious. And I'm just like, you're not funny to me. And I don't mean, you're not funny. I mean, boo, I need you to stop.
Oh,
I need you to hush.
You think it's weird.
You think it's funny, boo? That ain't funny. That shit ain't funny. And so, and the only reason why I'm saying that is because we know our spouses on different levels. It's more intimate levels, and you know their heart. And you when you said that.
I know what you meant, but you didn't say it right.
Right.
It didn't come out. Oh, sorry.
And Winston to get on me about that quite often. And he was just like, he sounded snooty. And I'm like, okay.
But they got the point.
They got the point.
See? Oh. I'm working on that. I'll say that. I'm working on it.
But
that's hard.
It is, but the more you own up to, hey, that's who, not necessarily that's who I am, but the more you own up and be like, that's what I did and I meant it, that should get to going away and you be like, okay.
And I agree with you.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you because I feel like for some reason, in today's time, our current society, they're very, very soft. And so it's I feel like there is a plethora of people that you met before me that in some shape, form, or fashion told you the same thing that I told you, but it hit you harder when I told you, and you're like, I'm going to do that because this person told, and it's like, oh, all it took was just a random person.
It is so funny that you said that. I'm starting this now, I had to find my mission. And for me, I felt that my mission was to I love to have positive conversations. I love to talk to people. And I was like, my mission is to have one positive conversation at a time to eventually change the world. And so doing everything, and you kind of develop your own little sayings. And Lisa Nichols saying, and I'm just throwing it out there as an example, her saying is, I just stopped by, because she was always traveling, and she was just like, I just stopped by to let you know that where you are right now ain't right. Okay. I'm not going to leave you in your mind and thinking that being mediocre is okay. I just stopped by. Okay. For me, I'm just like, I'm not going to tell you nothing you don't already know. Because you already know. You knew. But I'm going to put a little more stamp on it. I'm not here, and that's it goes on secondhand with my mission. Like,
That
I'm
makes
not
sense.
here to tell anybody anything. Because, I've never stepped foot on a college campus. So, you're trying to say that I'm all overly educated? That's not me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still young. Thankfully. Oh, my gosh. I'm still under...
I didn't laugh at that.
I'm still young.
He is young.
I'm still young. And so, I acknowledge that I'm still living. I'm still learning. So, but what I can speak to, baby,
Right.
I'm not telling you nothing
Right.
you don't already know.
I
And
agree.
It's just, now, are you ready to hear it? Okay.
Mm.
Now let's move. You know what I mean? Like,
People are ready ever.
are they ever?
No, I really don't.
I mean,
really
I
don't.
know, but I mean, sometimes when your personality is interesting, as I think you and I both are,
Okay.
especially with your facial expressions. I just want to throw that out there.
I'm trying.
I just want to throw that out there. I think people they come around to listening, to being able to understand it and kind of get your feedback and
Yeah.
receive your feedback.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
That is a compliment.
It is.
I said I'll
Because for the longest I didn't like you. Not in a bad way. I just was just like, I didn't know how to take you.
I'm working on it.
What?
Because I was going to say your boy.
Oh, Jesus. She about to get popped.
Look where he
She
is.
about to get popped.
Look where we are today.
She about to get
But
pinched.
look where we are
This
today.
is true. This is true.
So,
Like, I've seen you more times this year than I think I've seen you in quite a long time.
amen.
That is a good thing.
Who is your biggest supporter? One person. One.
Probably my mother.
Okay.
My mother.
Okay.
I was looking at some things here in Memphis, and I said, politically.
Okay.
And I said, Mom, I said, how would you feel if I said I wanted to run for mayor? And she was like, okay. You know, I was like, all right, Mom. That was like, because you know what that means, right? You know?
You gotta
She
remind her
was
of
like,
the whole thing.
man, you need to understand it. And it's not just my household. It's
Right,
everybody's
everybody's
household. And so she was like, okay. I talked to Winston about it. He was not on board. But I was like, I'm doing it anyway. And,
Breaking news.
no.
Oh.
Negative. That was on the journey to find my voice.
I take that back.
Okay, girl. No, ma'am. I can't be in the political world, and I could, but I don't want to be.
I couldn't either.
And because everybody was like, "You'd be great, boo. You're probably right." But as easy as I got in, I'd probably be destroyed. But yeah,
I can't.
like it's so much corruption and so much. But anyway, that's a whole other topic. My mother is definitely she's always been that one person. And actually, you know what? I did a video about her.
Oh.
About exact same thing. And when I bought the car, when I
Which one?
the Mustang.
Okay.
When I bought the Mustang, I was gonna have 2 cars at home, and she was just, you know, kind of weirded out when I bought the house because I didn't want an apartment. I wanted a house.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was moving out, and when I went to modeling school, her whole thing was, throughout it all, can you afford it? And if that's what you really want, you need to go get it.
Hey.
And so,
Shout out to your mama.
Yeah, I love my mom.
Moms happen to always be the number.
Like that.
Really?
I did not. Like my mom, we used to be like best friends, like all out best friends. And so, but I didn't expect that.
Might be another interview later.
Okay. I'm okay with it.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wake up, check it. Okay.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
Okay. What irritates you the most?
The word no. If I ask you something, or if I'm asking you for something, that is probably my most hated word. Like, it can irritate me all day long. I hate being told no.
But what if the answer is no?
I still hate it. I hate the word no. Or if I'm asking one of my associates, somebody at work, to do something and they say no, or I don't know, I hate the word no. N-O-N-K-N-O-W.
Okay. So,
I'm just saying.
a tidbit I learned the other day. No.
Which one?
N-O.
Okay, gotcha. My bad.
Depending on the situation, so I'm definitely not referring to your folks at work, but no means new opportunity. So, you go to
okay.
place A says no. Okay, cool.
Thank you, boo.
Don't harp on that. Let's go ahead and move on to the next one. We're gonna go over here to this new opportunity, and that stuck with me. I was like, yes.
I like that. I like that. I heard fear. I think it was false evidence appearing real.
Yes.
Is what they said. And then I heard another interview that said, she's like, I don't believe it. She said, I don't fear anything, because when I fear something, it means that I have become a fortune teller. She says, because if I'm fearing it, that means I'm playing in my mind the future and what's about to happen, and I am no fortune teller. And I was like, damn.
Wow.
Like, okay.
That was deep.
Like, and that's what I said. I'm like, why? Because most of the time you fear whatever. And even if you go through with it, shit never happens. Like, it doesn't happen. Like, it doesn't happen. Like, your car insurance, great example. You fear not. I mean, I know now it's legally you gotta have it.
Yeah.
But you know that, I gotta have insurance. I gotta, I mean, nothing ever happens. Not saying nothing, but you catch my point. But most of the time you're fearing all this stuff, and the worst part of it just does not happen. It just doesn't happen to you because we're projecting.
Yep.
Like, that was a good one, but I like it. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah. No, new opportunity. Y'all will be hearing a video about this.
Oh.
I'm just gonna put it up there. A whole new video.
I'm gonna skip because I heard you mention this in my first question.
Okay.
So we're gonna piggyback off of it. I know I'm like a
That's
few
okay.
questions later, but what is the status of your investments/investment properties?
What you mean?
The triplex.
Like, do I still have it?
Maybe I don't know if I missed a few things. Yes. Do you still have it? Do you have occupants?
Okay.
Are you doing more investing?
This is a whole nother issue I hadn't talked to my husband about. Because for what?
Oh, okay. I'm listening. Okay.
It's not like he gonna watch this video. I'm just saying.
Yes, sir.
I know, right? Well, I went through everything. It is a triplex, so there's 3 different units. And one of the units have been filled, and there's literally a tenant there paying rent. Okay. No, he knows that part.
Oh, wait, what?
But,
okay.
The property, first off, I want to be the first self-proclaimed investment personality, investing in real estate and investing in others' future through positivity videos. That's my whole thing. And so I'm not going to stop investing in real estate. Okay. But it was starting to put a strain on me, like financially. Jesus, I was not expecting half of this stuff, and I just was not prepared for half of it. Okay. And so I just made a conscious decision to sell it.
You sold the whole triplex?
I literally signed the papers tomorrow. So
wow.
I know. So again, there's only one person that knows that. But anyway. But I literally signed the papers on that tomorrow. It's been up on the market for maybe a month or 2. And so again, I'm gonna sign the papers tomorrow, and for a profit. I'm not a fool now, okay? I mean, I am still I love real estate. But I had a conversation with you, Tom, and real estate and positivity are fighting for my attention.
Okay. Okay.
And so, and like he said, well, you really need to find out which one it's leading you toward, and you need to go all in on that. And so I was like, okay. So with the meditation, I kind of get an opportunity to speak to my inner self and listen to my inner self. And so for the longest, like for the last probably 2 months, my inner self wasn't saying shit. So I was like, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And so it wasn't until probably 2 weeks ago. I'm going to spend the next 3 to 6 months on nothing but positivity. Okay. And so the profit from the business is just going to be put to the side. And then in 6 months, depending upon where I am with positivity, depends upon what I do with real estate.
Okay. So just curious, what happens to the tenant?
Okay. It's not in the contract. But their word is that they're going to keep that tenant on. I know how that sounds mean, but I can't force them to keep that tenant on.
You can't.
But there is a lease in place, so they will be obligated, since they're taking over the property, they will be obligated to uphold their lease. So they'll at least be there until June or July of next year. So they'll at least be there for that. So, but you know, yeah.
Okay.
Hopefully they stay and be okay. I mean, they're good. They're paying tenants. And all the shit that I put them through. I mean, I know. Like, cause they didn't have gas. Like, they had water and lights. They didn't have gas for about a month, and I couldn't charge them rent for that. So, but yeah, like, it was a mess. Like, cause they were about to, when I originally bought it, they were about to demo it. So the city disconnected it, and they disconnected it from the ground.
Oh wow!
So not just your meter, baby. So not that little pole right there.
Right.
They took all that.
Oh.
And so yeah, and then the city of Memphis is not the easiest people to get a hold to. And I'm just real quick, because I've got to say this, because I'm a hard. I really dislike the city of Memphis for so many different reasons. I'm sorry, not the city of Memphis, because it's MLGW, Memphis Like Gas and Water, and because they don't talk to each other. It took them, actually they went without gas for more than a month. It took them probably 45 to 60 days.
Ooh.
Because the company that does the gas line underground don't talk to the company that does the pole to hold the meter. And they don't talk to the company that actually has to place the meter.
Wow.
So you talk about going back and forth. What's the delay on this? What's going on with this? How much time? Oh, that's done? What do you mean? Is that, yes, baby. Yes, that was done. I need you to do your part. These folks waiting on me.
Right, basically.
They waiting on me.
Okay.
My bad. I just had to say that.
No.
Yes, thankfully. I cannot wait to get away from you guys. MLGW.
I'm glad you stated the correct thing that you actually meant. Okay.
Memphis Like Gas and Water.
Okay. What event changed your life? In your years of living.
Oh.
Which event changed your life? Whether it's for good, whether it was something that woke you up. What was that event?
Probably getting married. Probably getting married. Because
I would have not suspected that.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
Really? How would that thought? Because I want to know what you thought.
Okay.
I've always been, my mother, she didn't smother me or anything, but she loved me so much. Like, it was like, whatever you want, whatever you, baby, you can do. And so,
hence why you don't like the word no.
Possibly.
Okay. All
Maybe
right.
it's a possibility.
Coming full circle.
Bless you, baby.
Coming full circle.
Now, don't get me wrong. She would say no. But if my grades were great, if my conducts were great, she was like, whatever you want. It wasn't a big deal. And then when I got older, she was like, as long as you can afford it and you sure that's what you really want, then go on. And so I developed this whole, I don't know, not that I'm better than people, but it was more of a, don't look at me like that. It was just, it was an aura around me, like, I don't need you. Like, it's not too much you can teach me, and if you screw me over, I can go to my parents to get the money, type thing. And it wasn't until my husband came along, who is 100% my opposite.
Agreed.
100% my opposite.
See, I don't know that I do.
Like,
and he's right.
Baby. Like, to this day, we still joke about we don't know how the hell we got together. Like, we don't know. Like, we wouldn't regret anything.
Right.
But we just don't know how the universe aligned our spirits and our mind to even be in the right mindset at that exact moment.
Right.
To even remotely talk to each other.
Right, okay.
But the event of getting with him and then marrying him, it changed my world.
Okay.
Because now I still have that aspect of my life that's like, I don't owe you shit. You don't owe me shit. I can do it by myself if I need to. But understanding and realizing that my words that I say to people can truthfully hurt their feelings. It could really affect them on a different level, and you need to be mindful of that. Like, it's more in this world, Jimmy, than just you.
Right.
And so, my husband and being married for the first and pray to God the last time. Yeah. So what were you thinking that I was going to say?
My next question is,
Get on, get pinched. You're gonna be in that corner right there getting time out.
No, I thought, but okay, let me make my disclaimer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know every event in your life.
Of
I
course.
don't.
I got you.
But I do know of.
Quite a few.
Okay, we'll go with that.
I mean, you do.
I assumed that it would have been your accident.
Which one? What do you mean?
One
With the
Mustang,
Mustang?
yeah.
Why? You think I had a near-death experience?
Was it?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm. Now, don't get me wrong. I mean, hitting an 18-wheeler and walking out of it
Correct.
on the expressway.
Correct.
Just to put that in perspective for everybody.
Correct.
I literally totaled my car.
While he was in it.
While I was in it,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Newsflash, make sure you have proper tires on your cars. If they're balding, don't go get used ones. But yeah, I spun out of control and hit an 18-wheeler. It was completely my fault, completely. And but walked clean out of it. With no scratches,
no nick,
nothing. Almost went to work. But I did.
Okay.
But no, that wasn't. It was a traumatic experience,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't. It wasn't a game changer for me.
Okay.
It wasn't like we went home. It upset me more that it was raining during that day that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I drove home, it wasn't.
Okay. Okay.
Woo! God knows I was mad at him for a little while on that. I was mad, like for real mad at the Lord.
Okay.
Because I was like, you done told me. Because that was my first car note. So that was my baby.
Mm-hmm.
And so, no. But that wasn't.
Oh. Interesting to know.
It scared the shit out of everybody, though. It did.
Yeah?
It did. My mom was so dramatic. Oh, she was so dramatic with that.
Okay. So, I know you may not like this question, but that's okay.
I doubt it. Oh, let me sit back.
If it was a possibility,
Okay. I'm breathing.
what superhero or power would you want to have? Or you can do both. You can be a superhero.
Probably cliche. But probably Superman. Probably Superman.
Is it because of his powers?
Well, he has the powers, and he's able to use them for good, A.
Okay.
And when he wants to be in disguise,
Mm-hmm.
he can.
Okay.
He has the ability to do so. And which can be even challenging within itself because you then have to make the determination, do I need to step out of character this time?
Mm-hmm.
Do I not need to, you know?
Okay. So the whole
Yeah.
Clark Kent.
I gotta love
Okay.
that. That I love.
Okay.
That I love.
Okay.
Yeah. Why would you think I wouldn't answer that question?
No, I said you probably didn't like it.
Why would I
You
not?
don't like superheroes.
My husband loves them. We've been together for 6 years.
You.
Okay.
You.
Do you like her?
No.
Okay. But I think you understand.
But I'm not going to talk about it.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
All right.
My bad. My bad.
If you could change anything, what would it be? Anything. Whether it's about yourself, your husband, your mom, the world, Memphis, this house.
It is so weird. And again, it sounds well because it sounds cliche. And if I could change anything right now in this exact mindset of mine,
No.
I would probably change everyone's opinion. Not everyone, but for the most part, people's opinion of themselves.
Of themselves. Okay.
Because it's, and I have to tell certain people sometimes, still now, like the image that you have of you, I don't see you that way. And
Okay.
because my mother gave me so much love. I have an abundance of confidence, and I got enough confidence with you and me.
I believe it.
Okay? Everybody does it.
Mm-hmm.
And so when they see something on TV, it may be, I want that.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't even know why you want it.
Mm-hmm.
And so part of my mission with the whole positivity conversations, one by one, is just to broaden a horizon, to get people to understand, to get people to think for themselves.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you had to choose between your loss of sight, sense, or hearing, which would it be and why?
That is a lot of question too, but I know the answer to that.
With ease.
Private sight. Private sight.
Okay.
Because if I had everything else, I think I can still move around the world and be able to appreciate it for what it is.
Okay.
But losing the hearing or the touch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. I think it was actually Helen Keller who said, nothing is worse in this world than a person who has sight but cannot see. And I'm like, and cause she was blind, she didn't go think she was blind and she was deaf. And so, and yet she was able to make an impact onto the world more than most people will ever do. And because she understood it a little differently, she appreciated it, and I could do without my sight if I had to. I could do without my sight. Everything else I need.
I understand. Yeah. What is your definition of the American dream?
Shit.
Okay. Do you think there is one, or do you think everyone's definition of the American dream is different?
No, I think the American dream is to get married, to have 1 to 2 kids, to live a comfortable life with a boss. In my opinion, I believe is the American dream.
Okay.
What I also equally believe is that the average American no longer believes in the American dream. Because life is changing. Times are changing. I mean, we're doing a podcast or a video right now that will be uploaded to social media that didn't exist 10 years ago. Within minutes.
Yes.
And to be able to speak to different people across the country and none of that existed. But now that you have opened your mind to other possibilities, you're across the world, I'm here, and what you're doing and your aspect on life, I share it. And so I'm no longer alone in this world. And if you did it, I can do it too. So wait a second. And because of that, I believe that the American dream is starting to fall behind the wayside. And people are starting to wake up and have this newfound realization for themselves. And America is, I really do believe that America themselves, the government, the system, politics, whatever, has yet to catch up with what the people are saying.
So if you could change it, what would you change it to? Instead of it being called the American dream, what would you change it to?
Probably self-identity, self-awareness. Because that's big. Like, honestly, and you, Tom, and I were talking about that too. Like, we talk every Monday. So, I know, like we do. And because we have this pod, we do a video every Monday, live at 5. But the system itself, starting with the schooling system, is just all about repetition and remembering certain things. And you're remembering facts, and I hate to say this, but you're remembering facts, just part of facts. Because everything that happened that put that into a context is not there. And so you have to be smart enough to go onto your own to fill in the blanks. Correct. Okay. And so since the government is still doing that and still on that phase, having a schooling system around self-awareness where people and children or adults or whatever are allowed to be who they are naturally, to grow up and to create and imagine whatever they want, and you as a teacher bring that out of them and almost push and force them to develop whatever that is in their imagination, the world and America could be so awesome. It could be so awesome, but We're not quite there.
I mean to laugh at that last part. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, I want to thank you for answering my questions. I do have a final question.
Okay. I almost don't want to see you go. I don't want to end this.
Makes me feel great on the inside.
I'm serious. Wow.
But my last question, I just feel like it'll pretty much wrap this up.
Okay.
And kind of give your viewers a overall.
Okay.
What are your plans for 2018?
Oh, I'm going all in on positivity videos. You're going to see a lot more content from me.
Okay.
You're going to, I've officially decided, but I wanted to go out into the world, into Memphis, and randomly talk to people.
Wow, okay.
Randomly have positive conversations one at a time.
Okay.
So that's definitely going to be there. I'm going to start something. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it every Tuesdays or Thursdays, but I want to do it at least twice a week where I'm out and doing something live.
Oh, live. Okay.
I want to do something live and getting it out there and just letting people know like my whole saying is like the world could literally be so wonderful if we just let it. And engaging in a conversation with someone where I'm not after anything from you, I'm not asking you for any money, I don't need anything from you. I just want to have a conversation with you.
Right.
Like, what is your mindset right now on positivity? And even if you have a negative mind, it at least gets you to thinking about how you can be positive and how you can change your world.
Awesome. I can't speak for everybody else. But I'll be looking forward to them. Okay. Especially if they're live.
I know. I'm looking.
Okay.
I mean, I am.
Out on these streets of Memphis.
I know. Oh, I'm going to the good parts. I'm not going to the ethnic areas.
Okay.
I am not coming to the ethnic areas, honey. Or the mall.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You got your points up?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Oh,
I thank you again for allowing me to question you. I hope that it gave your followers a more sense of who you are. On the personal side, outside of your positivity, things most important to you, things you like, dislike, and such, and so on and so forth.
Well, I know. Thank you as well, Miss Atkins, darling. I can't wait till the second interview.
Oh.
Whenever that's gonna be about whatever, like the one that you do, whether it's up me or not, but the next one that you do.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, y'all need to help this baby because I don't know what's going on with her over there. But
I had a moment. Sorry.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this as well. And again, if you have any additional questions to ask, by all means, submit them, and I will do my best to answer them ASAP, expeditiously.
Oh.
That's my new favorite word. So anyway, until next time, let's remember that life could be so wonderful when we just let it be. See ya.